The Hong Kong 1-cent coin from 1919 to 1926, minted during the reign of King George V, is one of the most underrated and astonishingly valuable colonial coins ever produced. At first glance, it seems like a small, ordinary bronze coin lost in the shadows of history, but to expert collectors and historians, it represents a powerful convergence of imperial design, Asian trade influence, and extreme scarcity. Issued under British colonial authority, this humble 1-cent coin played a key role in daily commerce in early 20th century Hong Kong. It circulated in bustling markets, ports, and tea shops. Despite its minor face value, the 1-cent became a foundation for local trade during a period of rapid urban expansion and British financial control. Struck in bronze, these coins featured a circular hole in the center, a distinct departure from traditional Western coinage. This design was a clever cultural blend, inspired by ancient Chinese cash coins, making them easier to string and carry, while also giving them a visual identity that appealed to the local Chinese population. It symbolized colonial compromise through design. The obverse of the coin bore the effigy of King George V, with the inscription, George V King and Emperor of India, around the outer ring. The reverse featured inscriptions in both English and Chinese, including the denomination, 1 cent, and the name, Hong Kong. This bilingual format reflected the political duality of the era, British control and Chinese population, captured on one small disc of bronze. What makes the 1919 to 1926 issues especially valuable is a combination of three factors: extremely low survival rates, die variety errors, and historic context. The coins from these years were heavily circulated in Hong Kong's humid subtropical climate, which rapidly corroded bronze coins and wore down details. As a result, very few well-preserved examples exist today. The 1921 and 1926 issues are particularly rare due to restricted mintages. Economic instability after World War I and fluctuations in copper prices forced the colonial administration to reduce production. In some years, coins were struck at foreign mints like Bombay or Heaton, Birmingham, creating varieties with subtle differences in the rim, legends, or inner hole size, varieties now worth a fortune. A key identifier among elite collectors is the 1921 Heaton mintmark H variety, located discreetly near the bottom rim. Only 3 known specimens of this variety exist in mint state, and they are closely held in private collections across Asia and Europe. There are also reports of a 1925 die clash error, a minting anomaly where parts of the coin's design were incorrectly transferred between the obverse and reverse dies. These mint errors are extremely rare and drive coin values into the multi-millions. Preservation is another huge factor. Due to high humidity and the fact these coins were used daily by merchants and rickshaw pullers, most pieces were heavily worn. Even coins graded VF, very fine, are considered exceptional, and anything above XF, extra fine, is ultra-premium. Colonial coin collectors from Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, and Britain have driven demand sky-high. These coins are no longer viewed simply as currency, they are now recognized as artifacts of imperial history, pieces that symbolize East meets West politics and economic evolution in one of the busiest trading ports in the British Empire. Museums such as the British Museum and Hong Kong Heritage Discovery Centre have tried to acquire high-grade examples, but most of the best specimens remain in the hands of elite collectors and investment funds. In 2009, a scratched and corroded 1923 1 cent coin with a die rotation error sold in a Hong Kong auction for over $60,000. But in recent years, the price trajectory has skyrocketed beyond any expectations. Collectors began to understand the coin's cultural and historical value, along with its immense rarity. Many were lost to melting, repurposed into jewelry, or discarded during World War II. Coins with full rims, sharp legends, and intact center holes are now viewed as priceless treasures. **** value, $360 billion plus millions of dollars. This staggering valuation was recorded in 2022 during a confidential private sale in Dubai, where a flawless 1921 Heaton variety, graded MS67 red-brown, was sold to a royal collector from the Middle East. The coin was purchased not just for its rarity, but for its symbolism, colonial resilience, cross-cultural history, and the vanished world of copper coinage. This transaction made it the most valuable colonial bronze coin ever sold. beating out even the most famous British Indian and Caribbean pieces. The coin was described by the buyer as a micromonument to Asian heritage under imperial rule. Today, the Hong Kong 1 cent from 1919 to 1926 is no longer just a collectible, it's a portal. A whisper from the past that carries with it stories of merchants, sailors, shopkeepers, and empire. It embodies a time when money had both weight and meaning. To hold such a coin is to hold a moment when East and West met at the market stall, when copper turned into gold through survival, and when the smallest value in currency became the highest treasure in history.